I'm in Andorra, and today it's going to be a different kind of vlog, more of a non-stop discussion telling you my personal insights after living here for 2 weeks, mainly on life here and if it's worth investing in here in real estate, since I've been checking some of the agencies here as well. So stay tuned. This is a more of an unusual video because I'm not gonna stop it. I'm just gonna walk around these beautiful mountains in my background and in front as well, and tell you everything about life in Andorra and how I found it here. So let's begin. I'm actually gonna walk around a bit so I don't get too stiff. I've been living here with my girlfriend for 2 weeks now, and we've got an apartment. In summer is really cheap actually. Got it for about $1,000 I think for 2 weeks. It's in a small town called Brasol, and it's close to all the skiing places, all the lifts and the cabins as well. So nearby you have quite a few restaurants, not too many. Oh, by the way, the wind is not ruining the sound, but I'll try to do it better next time. And yeah, so the town is super small. I mean, Andorra in general is very small. It has, I think, 80,000 people. It's one of the smallest countries in the world and in Europe. And that's exactly why the capital is also it's also very small, although it doesn't feel so. It has a lot of good buildings and it has a lot of restaurants, shopping streets, like you name it, literally everything. So I actually really like it so far. So I chose this place with my girlfriend because we were traveling the summer through France, and then we came to Spain in Madrid, and then from Madrid we thought we wanted something a bit more chillier, not like in Dubai. Dubai is insanely hot, like, you know, in summer, so we wanted to be based somewhere chillier. Yeah, and by the sea it's still pretty hot, so the mountains was one option, and Andorra felt like a best place in between France and Spain because it's also 2 hours and a half from Barcelona. So our next destination is actually Barcelona, and it's also fully surrounded by mountains, and you literally have a perfect weather in summer because now it's like under 20 degrees. I went for a 5K run just now. It was really nice. So you have all this beautiful scenery here and all kinds of sports, you name it, literally. That's also one thing which everyone told me before that might get boring, which I think it's a very wrong statement, because so far 2 weeks Andorra has been actually one of the most fascinating places I've been to. And it's not because Andorra's flag is exactly the same as Moldova's flag, which is my home country. Of course I'm joking, but it is very similar. It's really because it's so hidden. It has everything that I personally currently need, and I'll tell you more into details about this. And also the properties here, they're so nice. Most of them are new and renovated if it's old, and the prices, I've started checking them after being here for a few days because it just literally ticked many boxes for me. So I came to the conclusion that the prices are actually also pretty cheap for Europe, because this country is actually small, but it has one of the highest GDP per capita, and that's exactly why I think it's also very safe, because a lot of people actually residing here are not really, you know, looking for second jobs or something. They are just living their life, and they have a very good life because it's fully onto sports, be that in winter when there is skiing and snowboarding, or in summer. And I'll take a bit my glasses off. It's just super sunny today. But yeah, getting back to the topic, first thing why I think Andorra might be my next investment spot for my property portfolio is obviously because it's a tax haven. So I think that's still the first thing, because basically there is no tax in here. There's only, I think, 4.5% VAT, which makes it also a great place for buying things, clothes, shopping, and even groceries. They're really relatively at least cheap to comparing France and even neighboring Spain, which is usually one of the cheapest in Europe, Spain and Greece. But here it's more or less similar. So it's the same for the gains from the rentals, and that makes it super attractive for me, because I invest in places where I try to leverage all my money and not overstretch myself and have all kinds of tax implications, which I really try to avoid legally. And that's the number one thing here. Secondly, the people are super kind. I mean, when I was running, I was thinking that I would say that they were the kindest in Europe. I'm not sure about that, because Eastern Europe really is having amazing people. So I think I'll just sit for now. Eastern Europe definitely has very kind people. So I think the more you go towards east or poorer countries, people are actually kinder, and that's very surprising here, because people here are, at least to my understanding and to what I saw for these 2 weeks, pretty rich, and at least moderately rich. And that's amazing, because all of them, wherever I go anywhere, they're super kind. They're trying to help, even though I don't speak the language. By the way, here they speak a few languages. That's Catalan, that's Spanish, French, and many of them, they know English as well. But also there is a pretty big Portuguese community, which came through a wave from Brazil, and it's actually one of the biggest portions of people here are actually speaking Portuguese. So that's pretty interesting as well. But most of them, they still understand or speak basic English, so you will really easily get around. It's not the same as France and even Spain at times. So that's exactly why I believe that people are pretty good. So just seeing some tourists maybe here. I think Andorra is really good if you wanna maybe come here in winter for the winter sports. So I'm thinking, what if I come here for 2-3 weeks in winter, do some snowboarding, then go back to Dubai, because in winter Dubai has a wonderful weather, so I don't want to miss it. And in summer, when it's super heated in Dubai and in Bali, and even in my home country of Moldova, I would rather come here. Okay, well, this wasn't planned, so my GoPro died. I'll try to record the remaining part on my iPhone, since I spoke about the most important parts. But to get back to the topic, I was talking about the lifestyle is really good to be combined here. I think that would work well with me. Summer is literally 20 degrees Celsius. There's a lot of sports here that you can do in summer. There's a lot of walking trails, hiking trails, climbing. They even have like proper mountains reaching 3,000 meters. So almost 3,000 meters. So if you are into that, and I'm getting into that as well, then you might want to enjoy this part as well. So definitely lifestyle is another thing. Fourth thing, the property prices. I've started looking at them, and I actually realized that the prices are very similar to Dubai prices when you look at 1-2-bedroom apartments, which is pretty good. It's like priced at around 200 to 350,000 euros. And if you go up into looking at 3-bedroom apartments or houses, villas, then actually the prices are cheaper than in Dubai. And it looks like a really good opportunity, although I've been not sure that I'll ever think about buying a villa here, a bigger place, but definitely thinking about getting an apartment because I can use the tax benefits. I can come here in winter and do some sports, winter sports, and then come here, spend my summer, maybe 1 month or 2 months, combine it with my home country, Moldova. So, a pretty cool place for this. Another thing, if we look at the seasonality here, I think there might be some questions that you might ask or other people. It's to say that this is a problem because in spring and autumn, I don't think it's super popular for people to come here, but it's still great. Like people live here full time, and I think that if you combine it well, if you do the Airbnb property management well, then you might just rent during spring and autumn to locals or Spanish, French people who might prefer to live here or even have jobs here. And in summer, winter, you can rent it out and leverage those months to make the most out of your investment to the international tourists and the ones who come here for the sports and for summer. So to leverage it right, I think it could be a pretty good opportunity. I'm definitely going to check more into that. So if you are interested, maybe I'll do some proper research for the upcoming few days that is left for me here in Andorra before we leave to Barcelona. And let me know in the comments. I'll upload this video as a video, and tell me if you want to find more, and definitely do some research and tell you about this. So till then, enjoy these views, and I'll see you next time.